I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Let's go.
If you're ready to party, let me hear you scream. You're listening to Locura Radio Show.
Here on Indie Jamz.
Hey, welcome everybody to Locura Radio Show. This is Val. I'm here with Reis and Mike. How are you guys doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's another beautiful Saturday morning. The summer's about to end.
What? Is it?
Yeah. Labor Day is like
Florida,
the official, I don't know. Well, summer will last until we have some freak cold, like we usually do in Florida.
Our whole 3 days of winter that we get to endure.
Where I get to wear my boots, dust them off.
Oh,
you like Florida winters?
I like Florida winters. When it's winter.
when it's actually winter.
Yeah, I have some really nice. All of my nice clothes are all winter clothes. Like my H&M jackets and sweaters and turtlenecks. I look real good. I look like what's his name? Al Pacino in The Godfather.
You do?
Cute turtlenecks and the nice jackets. Yeah.
I just sit on benches and I just look at people. I'm like, you're
Do you put horse heads in people's beds?
I try to. But I don't. Listen, I feel like a cup of coffee this morning, but I sure hope I don't look like one.
Dad joke.
My gosh. Wait, why is everything a dad joke?
I think anything that's a corny joke is a dad joke.
No, it's not corny. It's good. It's better than like Kevin Hart.
I think you just like you love to hate my jokes and I love to hate your jokes. I think that's the general consensus. Oh, I am dry. Dry, my person.
Yo, we got a good show today.
We do. I'm really excited about today's show.
In case you missed it, well, that's one of our segments. But in case you missed it, no pun intended, on our Instagram and whatnot, we have some awesome segments today. Our main topic today, we're going to be doing Storytime with Locura, the college edition. So I don't know what that means. I think we're going to be talking about college stories that happen.
College shenanigans. Storytime with Locura is always my favorite because you always learn something about the person next to you.
Oh, God, it's terrible.
It's like we should play Never Have I Ever on air. That would be fun.
With shots of espresso.
That's how we'll really get down.
Right.
As long as we're caffeinated.
We got a couple segments today from our wonderful hosts. First, we'll have Pieces of Reis at the top of the hour. So she has some awesome topics that we already went over before the show, and it sounds amazing. Then we have What the Frank, our segment with Frank Rose, who is not here today. Not here any Saturday because he's cutting hair. Hair by Frank Rosato. Hair by Frankie Rosato?
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
I think it's Hair by Frank Rose.
No.
No?
Hair by Frankie Rosato.
Okay.
So follow him. But he has a segment called What the Frank, and he's going to be talking about what grinds his gears. And I think today he's at gender reveals.
Yeah.
I'm so dying to hear this.
It's really good. I heard
I just don't understand.
It was amazing. Really
I think I'm going to just try not to laugh on air.
Yeah, just try not to laugh. That's all we ask.
What?
Speaking about on air, if you're listening to us on Facebook, we appreciate you. That's our behind the scenes thing that we got going on. If you're not listening to us on Facebook, you can of course listen to us every Saturday morning on Indie Jamz Radio via the TuneIn app. If you don't have the TuneIn app, it's just an app that you download to your mobile device or your phone or whatnot. It is free to use, even though it asks you to put in for premium or whatnot. Just exit it and it'll get you to us. And you can also listen to us live on locuraradio.com, our website, where you can see show replays, our merchandise, submit your music, which we'll talk about a little bit later as well. Watch and listen every Saturday morning on the website, and make sure that you're following us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, because if you were following us on Instagram, you would see that Sam was wearing his Enjoy shirt, which is available on
locuraradio.com.
And on our shop. Yep.
Hey.
Enjoy.
Shameless plug.
That was awesome, though.
Shameless Samwise plug.
That was so smooth, though.
Hey, so listen, on
like
locuraradio.com, on our website, you can stream this show that we're doing right now. So if you want to listen to the music, you can do it there or on the TuneIn app. We're going to get into a quick music break here, and when we come back, we're going to be doing In Case You Missed It for the week. We'll be talking about the VMAs, FitBits for dogs, and National Hug Your Boss Day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So this is going to be fun. So we'll be right back, and like Samwise says every week, enjoy.
Hey, this is Val, and you're listening to the Locura Radio Show. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Locura Radio Show. See you there.
And welcome back to Locura Radio Show. My name is Michael. I am here with Val, with Reis, and with Nat on the ones and ones in the back, taking over for...
She doesn't even have one.
She doesn't have one.
It's a vixen board. I hate when people call me. They're like, DJ LB. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound right.
I'm a DJ at home. I have a good Spotify playlist.
Apparently, DJ's Reis is a DJ too, right?
Yep, on my app. Be on the app, DJing it up.
There's apps now for DJs.
I'm learning how to scratch like Sam.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Sam. Sam is actually visiting some family in South Carolina this weekend, so he is not with us, but he is in our hearts, per usual. We love you, Sam. Hope you're listening, and hope you come back safe.
Under his eye.
So here we go. In case you missed it this week, we got a couple headlines that made the news this week. I actually assigned Val to do some research on the VMAs.
Ooh, an assignment, even though you were telling me everything earlier today?
Yes, correct.
I don't think you trusted me.
I did trust you, but then I went on Snapchat to look up VMA stories just to see, I was like, maybe she'll miss something, but I still didn't write down anything. So whatever you say is still going to be new to me.
There you go.
So what did we miss on the VMAs? Those were this week. What day was that this week? It was Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Sunday night.
Yes, it was Sunday night on MTV.
On music television.
Music television does not play any music.
Does not?
Does not play music. Hence the MTV.
They play the intro music to Jersey Shore. Is that about it?
That's about it.
Is that their music videos now?
I guess, and Teen Mom.
And Teen Mom.
And Teen Mom, that's
Shout
right.
out to Teen Mom.
And Catfish.
Okay, well, we're talking about the VMAs today. So,
we can keep going.
VMAs, what do we miss?
So the biggest news was J-Lo gets the Vanguard Award.
Yes.
The Michael Jackson Vanguard Award for all of her performances. She said that the performing arts has been an obsession for her. So as you know, you probably know, she's been in movies. She's done music. She's done it all.
She's
made perfume.
Yeah.
She was Selena. She's done it all. So that was one big thing. And Mike had mentioned that there's a meme going around about J-Lo and Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, baby.
Yeah. With them. Apparently there's an awkward position in her performance where it looks like he's blowing up her
No, not blowing. Yelling. Into her bum.
Into her bum.
If you find the picture online...
Sharing is caring.
It is Ja Rule, baby. Yelling in the bum.
So
he's yelling murder into her booty. Into her booty.
MTV did a side-by-side split performance screen of that too. Did you guys see that?
No.
Of when they originally did it in 2007 and then now.
It
was pretty cool.
2007. That's 11 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
All right. What else
Okay, so I think the biggest news was like Madonna's tribute to Aretha, or a lack of tribute, where she started the tribute saying that she was Aretha Franklin, because she passed away, was a big influence in her life, and then she went on to say how in her own personal life she struggled with auditions, and she struggled in the beginning, and it made it the Madonna show when it was supposed to be a tribute to Aretha Franklin.
In her defense, the article that got released with her, I guess, trying to rebut it and like defend herself, she said that MTV specifically told her to mention it but not make it about that. Yeah. That was her defense, but it didn't come off that way on camera.
It's just, I mean, if somebody passes away, you make a tribute to her and maybe do like a slideshow or something like, amazing, but don't make it about you. Because
so what do? They just put her picture up and let Madonna talk?
About herself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
MTV's
that was a big Madonna fail.
You know MTV, they love Madonna. They've been in love with Madonna.
Loves
it's Madonna TV. Madonna TV over there.
It's like ESPN is LeBron TV. So moving on.
Hey.
No shade.
No shade. Just seems like he's on everything. Anyway, so some other news. Logic takes a stand against the wall. Trump's wall by wearing a F the Wall t-shirt, and followed by a stream of children who have been displaced by the country's immigration policies.
Whoop.
So he definitely made a stand against that.
How do you feel about Logic? I feel like all of his performances, he tries to make huge statement pieces. Not tries to me. I think he actually does a pretty good job, but he's made it his point to be a very political and vocal artist. Is that entertainment, or do you think he's going too much against the grain?
Well, I think he has the ability. I don't want to, put the race card out there, but because
Yeah,
that he's, you know, he's what he has the platform to do it, and he's in a predominantly, you know, black space. So for him to know that he can get away with it, I think that's the power.
Did
that
you know
he
he's
can,
mixed?
Really?
And his mom used to call him the N-word growing up.
Really?
And that's why he takes, it's so crazy because he looks fairly light-skinned.
Yeah,
I think the assumption
absolutely.
is
No,
that
I didn't
he's
know
white.
he was mixed. That's
yeah,
crazy.
but no, he's mixed. And his parents, his mom, I guess his dad didn't stick around, so his mom treated him very badly and used the N-word a lot and degraded him. And so that's a huge motivation for him as to why he feels like he has to take a stand.
Well, that's, I mean,
Pretty crazy.
if he has a platform to do it, then why not? You know, that's what I think. I think there's celebrities that try to take a stand, and some that get away with it and some that can't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Colin Kaepernick couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
But Logic can, you know, so let him do it. So did anybody see Cardi B and her breastfeeding attempt,
Yeah, I saw
or lack
Okay.
thereov?
I heard about it, but I didn't see it, so spill.
So basically, she was like swaddling what it looked to be like a baby.
Her baby.
Her baby, Culture, and she looked like she was breastfeeding her, but then she unwrapped it and it was like a Moon Man award.
I'm done with her.
The thing was though that what's her husband? Who's her husband again?
From Amigos.
Offset.
Yeah.
Offset did not know about this.
Oh, really?
So the camera cuts to him and his face. He looks horrified. He looks like, what the hell is gonna happen? What is she doing? And then she unwraps it as the Moon Man, and like you can see a sigh of relief come over him. He was,
Oh
I don't know
my
if they want to
gosh.
keep their baby private, like a Kanye Kimye thing, or
Oh
whatever's
my
going on, but he was not ready. He was
That's
not ready. He was
hilarious.
not let on to the joke. So that's what happened there.
Jill was really upset she cut her hair.
I don't care.
You should tell Gio her hair is naturally short. She wears lots of weaves.
A lot of
He's like,
weaves.
I didn't approve this.
Jeez.
First of all,
Okay.
why do you care so much?
Yeah. Yo, you're
Poor
yeah.
Gio.
Your
I thought
husband
that
is
was real. That's
is
not
a
her hair.
hardcore Cardi B fan.
Apparently,
He
he
is.
likes to see her. Like, I think one time she was talking to a lampshade or something like that, and he shared it with me. It was very.
Yeah, he finds her hilarious.
Yeah, he
as
finds
well.
it.
Yeah.
He finds her hilarious.
Such
A lot of things happened during the VMAs. You know, Post Malone and Aerosmith performed together. Travis Scott. Let's see what else. Then I think the other big thing was, you know, Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish attempting to make jokes together, and they apparently they bombed because they had to end up explaining their joke, which is, you know, comedy 101. If you have to explain your joke, it's not funny.
Yep.
So that's all I have for the VMAs. What's next, Mike?
For the VMAs, that was great, Val. I appreciate your reporting
You're welcome.
on that.
You're welcome.
Because I missed it. Our next story that made headlines, there are actually Fitbit for dogs. There's Fitbit trackers, fitness trackers for dogs. So, a company is actually making dog collars that are health trackers for dogs. It tracks their hydration levels, activity, and also let the dogs go outside when you're not around.
It's called Fit Bark.
Fit Bark?
Yep.
I think there's that, and there's something else. I think they're making a couple different collars. There's different companies. The Fit Bark, I think, is the big one that is opening the doors for you. So,
Oh my god.
I have two things with this.
Yes.
First of all,
Tell me.
why do dogs need humans now?
Why do we need humans?
Besides for love. Why do they?
Why do
they need owners?
But why do
Because-
they
Can't we
need
just give them houses?
Fitbits? I just don't understand this. A Fitbit for a dog? Can we go back to that? But why? I'm not understanding.
It's hilarious. No, so they don't need humans because now the Fitbits are opening the doors for the dogs to go outside. It's like Amazon. So Amazon's
But
gonna
the
be doing that
Fitbit
too.
doesn't feed the dog.
It's
Oh,
going to.
But they
come
have
on.
another thing for that. They have a Bluetooth operated feeding thing, and
Oh
you
my
fill it with
gosh.
food and water.
Yeah.
And literally, there's a little Bluetooth screen, and the dog can push the button, and you pop up on your phone.
Listen.
And you can give them a treat, or you can give them food from your phone. That's
been-
crazy.
That's been going on since Back to the Future, though.
That's crazy.
Since the 80s, there's
Since the
Bluetooth.
80s, yeah.
It's Bluetooth.
Don't you remember the
80s.
opening sequence of Back to the Future where they show the dog food being?
I'm aware of that, but
Yeah.
that technology didn't exist when that movie came
No,
out.
but it exists now.
Oh, it definitely exists.
For
now.
$29.99 on Amazon, it exists now.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh
cheap.
my gosh.
It's a water and food dispenser, Bluetooth activated.
I think dogs need companionship though.
That's the only thing. But at what point now we're gonna get that too? If the Fitbit can track your hydration, the activity levels, let the dog outside. I'm sure they're gonna come up with something that's like, ooh, we stimulate the dog with the collar and make it feel like you're actually petting the dog.
Well,
or something.
I mean,
It's
you-
gonna be
Right, they'll come
creepy
up
like
with
that.
something
They'll
else
come up with
crazy.
something else, yeah.
You have
God.
rover.com. You can actually have people come to your house and play with your dog.
My littlest sister does that.
Yeah. We did it last weekend.
Oh my god. That's so, oh my god.
Poor Roscoe. Oh, sorry. Sorry, puppy.
There we go.
We love you.
All right, and last but not least, we have National. What's it called? National Hug Your Boss Day was yesterday. So
understand.
real quick, what do you guys think about this? Is this acceptable in the culture today that we live in? Because I just can't go up to my boss and start hugging up on them without.
I think in the times of Me Too movement, isn't that a little dangerous for all parties involved?
I think it's strange.
I think so.
Well, I went to like a orientation last week, and at the college I work at, and my boss gave me a hug when he said hi. And I see
did you
him like
cringe?
I literally see him 3 times a year. Well, I didn't want to be like give him a half hug and awkward. I just patted him on the back. I'm like, hey. But he's totally harmless.
I mean, you think that?
Well, I think that, but again, I only see him 3 times a year because I teach online.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this now. I just in the Me Too movement, that's the whole thing. That's
I
the
feel
problem.
like there's so many risk factors to that. Like, do you remember, like, okay, have you ever had a moment where you're like getting off the phone with somebody and you accidentally say, okay, I love you, bye, and you're like, crap, I didn't want to say that to that person. Like that, I feel like is so dangerous. That's even more dangerous in today's time because people take things so to the extreme that I would never hug my boss. Like I just wouldn't hug my boss.
No.
I'm sorry.
My boss isn't that good looking anyway. So I probably wouldn't hug. I would a good handshake, nice firm handshake. It's National Hug Your Boss Day, but I'm going to shake your hand today because I haven't showered, I haven't done anything.
Another
No.
defense, I worked with my best friend for about 9-10 years.
Yeah.
And she was my boss for like the last 2 of those
Do
years.
not mix business with pleasure.
Well, I mean, we're still really good friends.
Okay.
And I mean, when we hang out after work, there's the hugs involved sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay.
Like those really like intoxicated hugs. I love you. I love you too. Those kinds of things. I'll just give her a hug anyway.
You girls are so extra. All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to be going into our first topic today. That's going to be story time with Locura,
Yes.
College Edition. I hope you ladies have brought your best stories to the table. I have not.
I don't know which ones to tell.
Okay, just remember it's a PG show.
So okay, so I'm sticking PG. All right, that narrows it down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe PG-13, but we don't want to get fined. It's a personal fine on you, Val, if you use inappropriate words.
We should start our own personal fine process.
Yeah,
Like every
Nat's
time
doing it.
Sam says enjoy, we should make him pay something.
Pay $1 into the enjoy jar. We're gonna make an enjoy jar for Sam. All right, guys. Well, when we come back, we'll be talking about Storytime with Locura College Edition. So if you have any college stories, want to go ahead and make those known, go ahead and do that on Facebook or wherever you're watching us on. And Reis, you'll be Sam today. Go ahead.
Oh. Enjoy.
Racklaw! 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 Call 813-748-3373. That's R-A-K Racklaw!
We are back on Locura Radio Show. I am here with Val, with Reis, and with Nat on the ones and ones. So we are here, and we're going to be doing Storytime with Locura College Edition. If you're just joining us on the app, we appreciate your patience. We had some technical difficulties happening, but we are back, and we are live. If you're watching us on Facebook, we appreciate your patience as well. If you're not watching us on anything, and you're just hearing my voice by the power of, I don't know, telekinesis or whatnot.
Online radio, telekinesis.
I'm just saying, if they're watching us or listening to us somewhere else, make sure that you have the TuneIn app, TuneIn Radio app, right now. Download it, put it up, and search for Indie Jamz Radio. We are live on there. You can hear all the music. If you want the behind-the-scenes stuff where we're talking, and we had a good conversation about, I don't know.
A lot of stuff.
Everything.
Every topic you could think of. So
We were really just trying to fill time.
Facebook Live is up and running as well, so go ahead and share and care on that. Or sharing is caring. Is that
Sharing
how it
is
goes?
caring.
Whatever that means. So, Locura Radio Show, we have our segment called Storytime with Locura, College Edition. We're going to be talking about some college stories that, I don't know, our college experiences, which mine are rare and far and few between. But I know the ladies have some.
Few and far.
Far and few between? Few and far between? Listen, it's still early. My coffee ran out, and here we go.
Starbucks does not make a bigger size than venti.
No, I need.
It's not enough.
I need.
It's
Yeah.
not enough.
Give me the train.
I haven't
in
gotten like an
Orlando.
extra shot of espresso. Anyway.
The train to. Okay, so college stories. Let's talk about it. Reese,
I'll go first.
go first.
So we were talking about just, crazy college shenanigans, and I was telling the guys how, a lot of my friends were very competitive when it came to guys. I know guys do this too, but they would like compete to see who could get the most numbers or hook up or whatever. And I wasn't promiscuous like that, but a lot of my friends were. So I would get the guy, we would bring them back to the house, get them crazy drunk. They would totally think they were going to get some. And instead, I used to love to walk them into the door, like literally, like face first, boom! And then I'd open the door and let them go outside. And then in the morning, we would wake up, and they would either be on our lawn or be in their car in their driveway, asleep, passed out.
Are you talking about guys or are you talking about dogs? Because
I'm talking about guys.
this sounds like a dog. Just like letting him outside in the lawn, in
I'm
the
serious.
car,
They
close
would be
the door in their
completely
face.
drunk. They would be completely trashed. We'd play like spades or whatever. We'd play like spoons or crazy drinking games, and I would just walk them out. It would be hilarious. Yep.
Hilarious.
And that was our thing.
Oh my gosh.
That's why men have self-esteem issues today. So there we go. Because of that. Because of Reese.
Because of Val, that was like a natural like.
Well, that too.
Because it's usually you.
It's usually Val. I'm sure Val's stories are way worse than that. So she's just
I'm trying
to
to tell
blame
I'm trying to
as
tell
you.
the PG ones today.
Okay,
Goodness gracious.
Well, give me one. Give me one, Val.
Okay, so there was a time that I was at a party with a couple of guy friends. I tend to hang out with a lot more guys than I did with girls. And I was outside having a heart-to-heart with a friend of mine. His two friends come out running with a keg. So they're running with a keg and they're like, "We got to go now. We stole the keg." So I run to my car, put the keg in my car. Then we get up to my apartment. I was living on the second floor in this in this apartment complex in Gainesville, and when we realized we stole the keg, we didn't have a tap. So this keg sat in my room for a week. Before
Did the beer go bad?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I think we tried it. I mean, at the time, like it didn't really matter in college. It's like every beer was like Natty Light. It was pretty much like water.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really mattered to us. I think it was just like, we stole this keg. I didn't really take part in the actual stealing. I guess I was an accomplice because they used my car to transport it. So
here's what you do with that.
okay.
You take that keg.
Yeah.
You get
Well, we got a tap eventually.
Oh, you got a tap eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have a tap, this is a tip for everyone that's out there.
Okay.
When you don't have a tap,
Thanks, Mike.
what you do is you get one of those moving bins, the plastic ones.
Yeah.
You put the keg in there.
Yeah, with ice.
Huh?
With ice?
No.
Okay.
Just because you're gonna drink it immediately.
Right. Okay.
So you put the keg in that Tupperware thing, right?
Yeah.
Then you get a chainsaw.
Oh no.
Because I have access to a chainsaw in
But
college.
then
Okay,
the metal
or-
from the keg would get in the beer.
No, not a chainsaw. Just get a saw. Like in the movie Saw, like they saw their foot off.
Yeah.
Like one of those. Just keep at it for about a good half hour to an hour,
Uh-huh.
and then once you get there's a little waterfall of beer coming out. Then you like crack it open like a fortune cookie.
This sounds like you've done it before.
No.
He's theorizing. He's theorizing right now.
This is not a science experiment.
This is a Mr. Wizard approved Bill Nye the Science Guy experiment. That we did
That's
there.
one of many stories.
One of many that we don't have time for because Val's accolades.
The best 5 years of my 20s was spent 18 to 23, something like that. Was spent in Gainesville. Go Gators. Go Gators.
Said nobody.
Nothing could be greater.
No, there's things greater than being a Gator. Trust me.
Hater.
No, being a hater is better than being a gator.
If you're not a gator, gator bait.
Oh my gosh. Just get out of here, please. Thank you. All right, so I don't have that many stories, but I can tell you about my first year in college.
Okay.
Do you want to hear about this?
Sure.
Yes, go.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm probably dating myself with all this, but the Xbox, the original Xbox, the big black Xbox, had just come out probably about a year earlier, and I finally got one for myself, like right after college, or right when I started college, I would say. So my best friends and I, we would play Halo and Splinter Cell, like when they first came out. And one of my friends I went to school with also lived down the street from me, like literally 3 houses down from me. So we go to our first 2 classes, then we meet for lunch, and then decide if we wanted to skip class and go play Halo. So, listen, this is not as exciting as stealing. You didn't even steal a keg, first of all.
I was an
just
accomplice.
A stupid driver. And you probably did a terrible job at it, by the way. Because
Okay,
the other guy
all right.
didn't have,
Continue
okay?
your story about playing video games. in
No,
your
it's
first year of
fine.
college.
No, it's fine. I'm not
okay.
even going to finish the story.
No, go do it.
No.
Please.
No, come on. Don't
Come
let
on.
Val spoil it. Go
No, I'm
ahead.
good. No, Val spoils everything. She's a dad joke, a walking dad joke.
I'm done with both of you today.
Terrible.
Timeout.
Anyways, I would skip class for Halo, so that's the butt of the story.
That's your story.
That's my story.
You would skip. Shush, Mike.
That was my college experience.
That's his
my
No, I
God.
had more, but now it's ruined because of Val.
Oh, come on. It's not that.
It's ruined because of
It's not ruined because of you, because of
Val's
me.
ruining the show.
No, oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. So
My self-esteem just like hit the
Did you?
ground.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
So no, I told the college stories on
While we
break.
were on break.
Yeah, because they were PG-13 rated R.
We can only tell the PG-13 ones on Facebook Live.
Anyway, yeah, when I was in college, I met a girl off MySpace, and that's who I lost my virginity to. So,
Yes.
in case you missed
Yes.
it, in case you missed it,
That's the story you wanted to
These are
hear.
the reasons you want to check us out.
that's the one that everybody wants to hear. But I am not prepared to give that story out there. But yeah, MySpace was a great tool back then for me.
It was a great tool.
Yeah, when I was like mad and going through a breakup, that's what happened. You go on MySpace and you're like,
Oh, just give me any girl that's over here. Oh.
It's like you dropped them from your top 8.
yeah. I
You're
had my
like,
top
forget
8.
you. You're not in my top 8
You're not in my
anymore.
top 8. Yo, when you were dropped from that top 8, it was like
It was
soul
serious.
crushing.
Yes.
Like you'd get a message like, yo, what happened?
That's real
What
life.
did I do
Yep.
to deserve this?
Let's talk about the apps that were available back then. You got Black Planet. You got Mi Gente.
Yep.
You got Hot or Not. You got, what's it, the jury one?
Face the jury.
Face the Jury.
I don't remember that one.
I think Face the Jury and Hot or Not were like the
Like
same
same
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those were the
It was like the
original
early Tinder,
Tinders,
yeah.
So there was thirst trapping even back then. Hot or
Oh,
not,
yeah.
that was a thirst trap.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody knew how to take selfies or pictures back then.
No, you had to use your webcam.
Yeah.
Because, like, your cell
Or
phone...
you'd be
Yeah,
like,
because you didn't have your cell
Your
phone.
point
Well,
and click game had to be on point. You had to take
Yeah,
like 10 to catch the
no.
right one.
Or what I had to do, I had a cell phone with a camera, and then I would plug that USB into my camera,
Oh, you
This
were
is
the
smart.
This is
charger,
tech.
and then put it into my laptop, and then upload the
He was
picture
techie.
that way. Or I would send the picture via email from my
Yes,
phone to
okay.
my email address, and then save it from there. That's
Okay.
normally what I did.
Okay.
It was like living in
Workarounds.
caveman days, like
Rico
technology.
said you use a scanner.
Scanner, yeah.
Take a picture, scan it in.
We had to go to Walgreens, take our disposable camera over there, get it developed, then come back home, hook up our scanner, wait an hour for it to scan one picture, and then upload it to Face the Jury on our dial-up connection.
Definitely
so just to
dating
get
yourself.
one picture up, it took what, like half hour? Actually, like a day. It took
Well,
like half a day.
we had Ethernet, like, connections to the computers.
No, we didn't. We had
That's
dial-up.
I love.
No, I mean, on campus we had it.
Oh, yeah.
Ethernet.
Oh well, I wasn't like scanning my profile pictures on campus.
I just remember webcams. That's all.
I bet you do.
Oh.
Pause
I
that.
remember there was somebody I met online that had a foot fetish.
That was the first trap.
And he's like, I just want to see your feet.
And you would just webcam him out?
And I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, I just webcammed it.
So Val is a walking thirst trap. It was what we're saying.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. She's
Not
a
anymore.
married thirst trap. So there we go. She's a thirst trap for Geo.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, I think that defeats the definition.
Yes.
Listen, you can be a thirst trap for your husband. He may not be thirsty at the time, but then you give him a picture, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm real thirsty now."
Oh my gosh.
This is true, though. Actually,
Isn't that
now
true?
that you put it in perspective,
Exactly.
yes, this could be a thing.
It is a thing. I wouldn't know. I'm not married. But
Oh my gosh.
I thirst trap myself all the time. Anyway,
He thirst traps himself.
myself.
Oh my gosh, that means
Mike's
I don't even want to know
you
what
text girls you're
happens.
dating and like send me a pic.
Oh.
Do you?
No, because that's like way too just upfront. Like out of
Yeah.
nowhere. I don't want to be like a typical guy because I hear all stories all the time. Like guys just like, yo, send me a pic. Or they send a pic immediately without even getting permission. So me, I'm like, I play around it. I'm like, hey girl, what you doing, man? I don't even do that. No, I don't do that. But we're talking and then eventually it's like, oh, I would like to see you. I'm like, oh, well.
I would
there's
like
a
to
picture of
see
me
you.
right now. And then,
Can we be BFFs?
Yeah, BFF's at 9:30 p.m. I know what that
9:30,
means.
2 o'clock.
2 a.m.?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
nothing
sleeping.
good.
What are you talking about?
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Nothing good happens after 10 p.m. for me because I am in my 30s. And I need to be in bed and asleep by 2 a.m. Sorry.
Sorry, girls.
Sorry, girl.
He's not on the market after 10 a.m.
After
10 p.m.
After 2 a.m. I'm asleep. So you have to hit me up at 1:59 a.m.
1:59 a.m.
The latest.
That is so exact.
After that, it's like closing time.
Oh my gosh. Open up the doors.
Get it while you can.
No, I'm closing up the doors.
All you don't get, you won't get. It's over.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a quick music break here, and when we come back, we're going to do Pieces of Me with Reis. So enjoy this music break.
Oh, hey, Frank Rose here. If you're like me, you drive around a lot. And sometimes when you're driving, it gets pretty lonely. You know what I do? I hop over onto iTunes, download Locura Radio Show, and enjoy the company. We're also on Google Play and Stitcher. So, hey, doesn't matter what kind of phone you have. You can listen to us, and we'll listen to you. Because that's what friends do. Enjoy.
This is Reis, and now it's time for a piece of me.
Welcome back to Locura Radio Show. This is Reis with Pieces of Me. So today we're going to talk about something a little different than politics. However, it kind of does intertwine. We're going to talk about code switching. So out of curiosity, I looked up the actual definition of code switching, and it's the practice of alternating between two or more languages or varieties of language in a conversation. And it used to refer to being bilingual and being able to speak in both languages. However, lately in our political climate, the Urban Dictionary has taken it, and I think the general people have taken it, and it's got a new definition. So it says to customize a style of speech to the audience in which a group is being addressed. And to use it in a sentence, it says, she talks street to her friends at school, but when she's around other people, she talks white. So the reason I bring this up is recently I was back home in Detroit, Michigan, and one of the political things that were going on there was Betty DeVos is trying to put together a campaign that would have code switching be taught in inner city schools. So meaning that it would teach inner city children to keep their Ebonic vernacular, is what they were trying to say, but have them learn to code switch and speak white. So I was already perturbed by this whole thing that was going on, and then I go out and I'm seeing old friends, new friends, and we're standing outside and we were talking about politics and talking about how the city has changed and things are different, and this young brother comes up to me and he's looking at me all crazy, and then he says, but I don't understand, because you talk white, aren't you white? And it just threw me for a whole loop. So here's my thing. What does it mean when we say from one minority, whether it's Hispanic, black, or what, when we tell each other that we're speaking white? To me, it's degrading. It insinuates that people of a Hispanic or a black background can't speak with intelligence, can't speak properly, can't enunciate their words. It degrades and it accepts the stereotype that we have to speak ignorantly or with an Ebonic vernacular in order to justify our ethnicity. And the fact that we own that, and we not only let it be perpetuated onto us, but then we own it and perpetuate it onto each other, is heartbreaking. And it's so heartbreaking that now it's become a political conversation to be taught in schools and to teach our kids the same self-hate, and it's crazy to me. So I think my stance on this and what I'd like to get from my co-hosts is, how do you feel about owning that and letting somebody else put that on you? We have to do better. We don't have to be told or accept to be told that speaking that way is acceptable and speaking properly is white. There shouldn't be a distinction. You should be proud to have an education, period, one way or another. And we need to stop accepting that. So that was my piece of it.
I don't know what to say.
Well, I think, so here's my thing with Betsy DeVos. I definitely do not agree with that whole thing. I think when we were talking before about this topic, there are situations where people are taught to speak with an American accent, or Americana, as Val put it. So when you're in broadcasting, not necessarily the radio, but especially newscasting,
Yep.
On TV, everybody basically has that same, no matter how Hispanic your name is, you could be, this is Rico Iglesias with Channel 4 News.
It's a certain inflection in your
It's
voice.
a certain inflection, yes, that they are taught to have.
It's funny you said Rico.
Yeah. I've been talking about Rico all day. But I
Okay.
think it's just, I don't know, I think it's the agenda that's being pushed today, in this culture, in the society that we live in today, that's saying if you don't have that Americana voice, that you're not going to be successful in anything that you do, or in a job, or or be accepted in your neighborhood, or get a white job, or whatever it is, And I think that's where it's getting confused, because America is a melting pot. That's what America is based on. None of us, we started this country not even with American accents. It was all British. British accents.
As a matter of fact, that's not true.
That's not true as
No.
well. Before that, before we decided to come
because
over here.
the
and,
British changed the way they spoke because of Shakespeare.
Okay, I don't care
Anyway,
about
but
that.
we're
Anyway,
gonna-
it's, for
Moving on.
traditional education, for those of us who are not educators in this room, we are under the impression that, yes, the British came over and whatever. But that's besides the point.
What's interesting about that is that when you watch movies and TV shows and they're British, you automatically assume that it's an intelligent show because of their accent.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. So I was thinking about that
It's true.
show, oh my gosh, King of Queens, right?
Mhm.
And one of the characters, she was a paralegal and she was trying to get a position higher up. So she tried to get voice lessons to change her.
Because she had a Jersey accent.
Yeah, because she had the accent. So she wants to be more Americana. I feel like there's like a certain feeling towards moving up. I mean, we live in a world where the majority of business owners and things to that effect are white, and they don't like change, or they fear something that's different. So we automatically assume that to fit in with that particular crowd, we have to change ourselves. But that goes with anything. If you want to if you want to live in the ghetto, you're going to change who you are to fit in. So you're trying to fit into this world, and unfortunately that's the case. That's the world that we live in. But I think utilizing maybe they have more of an Americana voice or Americana accent, as opposed to a Southern accent, or they speak Ebonics or something to like that. So I don't know. I've lived with having this an Americana voice for so long that I don't even I don't identify with it. That's just my voice. That's my voice. So for me to just in raising kids, just own who you are, and it doesn't matter if you switch back and forth, because I know that Gio does it all the time.
About owning who you are, but I think what the problem is that now we have people in power that are saying that's not good enough, that are saying now we have to teach children at a young age to have this voice, to have this certain voice. It reminds me of the movie I was just telling you guys about, Sorry to Bother You, that the main thing there with telemarketing, or being in a job like that, It was like, you don't talk white enough. And they're not talking about like Will Smith white. They're talking about like the real deal white. And it was showing that in a job like any job that you're in order to get ahead, you have to have that white inflection in your voice, that Americana inflection in your voice. And now we're being told by our, what is she, head of education or whatnot?
Secretary of Education.
Yeah, Secretary of Education, that's...
She was a bad choice, period.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, for sure.
But my thing is, I feel like we're now saying it's okay to teach our kids that it's not okay to be who you are, and in order to make it, you have to be this. You have to speak, quote unquote, white. You have to have this certain inflection. You have to speak this way. You have to. So it doesn't teach them to be proud of who they are. It teaches them that, okay, this is who you are.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be anybody being that. So you have to learn this too.
Yeah.
And that's
well,
where Mother Fear
like
comes
to
in.
argue against that, like in order to get particular positions within the, like if you want to be an engineer, you have to become educated, and you learn how to speak in a certain language, whether it be coding or physics or science or whatever. So that automatically means that you have to.
I don't think that's what she's getting at. I think that what she's getting at is that you have to
Learning
change
a
your
vocabulary
accent.
is different than changing your accent.
changing
Learning
your
the
accent.
vocabulary that goes along with a profession.
I believe there are a lot of
changing-
educated people that are from the hood or from wherever,
Yeah,
and they have
absolutely.
accents. I know a lot of people that in Puerto Rico got their master's degrees and still have accents.
T.I. is
but-
an example. He's as hood as it gets. He's got 3 masters
Yeah,
and a
like, yeah,
bachelor's, and he
he's-
don't play. And he is brilliant.
That's what I'm
when
saying.
you get him going, but he's not changing his accent for nobody.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think that's what the point of that whole thing that DeVos is trying to do, is trying to change that accent. Not necessarily saying we have to give more education or invest in our education, including giving teachers raises, which is a more important thing than anything else, I think, right now.
Right.
But besides that, we have to sound more white. So I think that's what she's getting at.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate, but at the same time, do not change who you are, as Val said. You need to be true to yourself, and if someone doesn't like it, what do you say to them?
So what if I speak?
Keep it
So
PG,
what?
Val.
So what if I
None of
change to a country accent when I talk to truck drivers? So what?
Yeah, so what?
So what?
When I'm in South
This is who I
Carolina,
am.
I come in a South Carolina accent because they...
So what?
Yeah, so what? Who cares?
If you don't love me for who I am, then the door's right there.
If you don't like me and you don't want to hire me because of my accent, then I don't want to work for you.
Exactly.
There you go.
Amen, brother.
That's what it is, brother.
Brother.
That's right, brother.
All right.
That's right, brother.
All right. Well, that was Pieces of Me with Reis. Thank you, Reis, for that. I was not aware that was happening.
Thank
so
you.
that was like an In Case You Missed It part 2.
Quickly, we have a comment.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rico says we have to change our mindset. It is important to speak properly, grammar, syntax, and whatever,
Mhm.
and not call it speaking white.
Yep.
I think that's
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 true.
very
I agree.
important. That's very important. And as a grammar Nazi myself,
Hmm.
And if that was the agenda being pushed, I would be
Then,
behind
yeah,
it
yeah.
1,000%, right? Because now we're pushing education. We're pushing a different frame of mind, to be more educated and
Yes.
not stereotyping it and singling out somebody else.
Because
It's
you
just-
have an accent, you're
Right.
immediately not educated.
right.
right?
That's-
Exactly.
Whatever.
There we go.
Amen, brother.
Amen, bro.
Right.
All right, well, we're going to get
That was some funny
into
stuff.
our next newest segment that we have. It is called What the Frank. Our host, Frank Rose, is not joining us here today live, but he is here in our hearts and in our voices, or in our ears, I guess you could say. In his voice. Not in my voice, because I don't talk like Frank Rose. Yeah, that's not me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know his inflection. But he has a little segment we like to call What the Frank, where he kind of rants and raves about what's grinding his gears. So we're going to play that for you real quick, and when we get back from our break, we'll go ahead and finish up the show. But here is, without further ado, What the Frank.
Hey, boys and girls, it's time for What the Frank with Frank Rose. Gender reveal parties. That's gender reveal parties. That's the party where everybody invites you and you're like, hey, let's see what sex the baby is. What color? Are you blue? Are you pink? I don't care. Oh my gosh, I don't care. Look, here's the thing, man. You're inviting people over already for a baby shower. And I'm supposed to go over there. I'm supposed to give you gifts. I'm showering you with gifts. then you want to do a gender reveal party. Am I supposed to bring gifts to that? I don't like that. I don't like the pressure of having to see you twice in 9 months. Look, we're not even that close. That's one thing. If you're like, I don't know, a co-worker, it's like, hey man, come to my gender reveal party. No, it's just an excuse for me to come over there and pick a color and, you know what I really want to do? I just want to hang out with my friends, have a beer, have a drink. I don't know. I don't want to think about the sex of your baby. That's just awkward. You know what I want to do for my gender reveal party? Yeah, I'm going to throw a party. My party, you're going to pop the balloon and it's just going to be black. Just black everywhere. There ain't no pink. There's no blue. Guess what? The baby's black. Done. Sorry, that's just my rant with gender reveal parties. So don't invite me to gender reveal parties, okay? Unless you're like my blood relative. And there's like a lot of food.
Hey, this is Reis. Don't forget to check us out at locuraradio.com and follow us on Snapchat and YouTube for exclusive shenanigans at Locura Radio.
And welcome back to Locura Radio Show. This is Michael. I'm here with Val and Reis, and it's about that time where we get to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Is that it? Okay. Come on, guys.
Bye.
Yo, what was that?
I mean,
guys.
where can they find us, Mike? Where can they find us?
Well, per usual, you can visit our show website for show replays, for show merch, and also to submit your music. If you are an indie artist that's out there and want your music tracks to be heard on the show, there's a tab on the top of the website that says, "Are you an artist?" And if you are, go ahead and click that and submit your music to us. That website is locuraradio.com. I will spell that out for you. For the ones that don't know how to spell Locura or say Locura, it is LOCURA radio.com. Also, you can watch and listen live every Saturday morning on our website and on Facebook Live. For those of you that have been joining us there, we appreciate you guys, and we're going to say hi and bye to you and wave to you. Now, if you are not following us, you can go ahead and follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and of course on YouTube at Locura Radio Show. Go ahead and rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, on Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher. I think that's about it. Do you guys have anything
we want to thank our sponsor?
We do want to thank our sponsor today, Racklaw. If you have any issues with... I know, I don't do it like Frank, but Racklaw. Awesome. But Racklaw, they are there for your special needs, including those in Central Florida. If you have any issues with your hurricane season that's coming up and are getting issues
with your insurance
and your claims and stuff like that, go ahead and hit up Racklaw. They also specialize in immigration claims and immigration insurance and whatever you need, what your law needs, Racklaw has you. So that is R-A-K, Racklaw. Thank you for joining us today. Did y'all have anything else to promo or let us know? Anything happening for you ladies this week?
No, it's a pretty calm weekend. I'm looking forward to binge watching the rest of Shameless.
Yep. And I will be binge watching the rest of The Handmaid's Tale. So yeah.
So you can find us sitting on our couches at home.
There you go.
Sitting on their couches at home in Orlando, Florida. Go ahead and ring their doorbells. Ring their doorbells and interrupt their binge watching if you find them. We appreciate you guys out there. For those of you that are joining us again on our replay, thank you for listening. For those of you live, thank you for tuning in. And stay blessed and safe out there.
Enjoy.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Locura Radio Show. Make sure you check out all of our crazy episodes by subscribing to us on iTunes. Do yourself a favor and subscribe to Locura Radio Show on YouTube for exclusive video content and show replays you definitely don't want to miss. For more info and all of the content, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Be sure to rate and review us. We are Locura, the radio show with good vibes, crazy talks, and positive music.